Alright, some boomers that play Halo CE and can't figure this out have been asking me how I set up my Aimlab to practice for both Halo Infinite and Halo CE, or MCC in general. First, Halo is definitely more of a strafing and reticle placement game where you want to be aiming with your left stick and making fine adjustments with your right, and you want to have your reticle in the right place to wait for someone to come around the corner or for yourself to go around the corner. In most cases, adjustments are going to be small. Working on your right stick will still help with the small adjustments and also reticle placement and strafing in general, because as that skill improves, the other skills will follow suit, especially in moments with quick and unexpected adjustments, quick scopes, whip shots, flick shots, whatever you want to call it. I do this almost every day that I play, and every day my percentages are improving, my accuracy is improving, time on is improving, etc. So starting with reticle settings, I just try to make the reticle resemble the three reticles I'm using the most, which are the pistol in CE, the snipers in both games, and the BR in Halo Infinite, so just try to make it look similar. With controller settings, I don't think it matters what game profile or game release you choose, because I don't think either are technically supported. I leave the 360-degree distance as default. As far as sensitivity goes, the sensitivity in this game seems to be a little higher than in-game, so mine is much lower than my in-game sensitivities. In Infinite, the horizontal and vertical sensitivity scale do vary a little bit, but I alter my sensitivity in-game to kind of make up for that difference. I don't change any ADS settings because I'm not zooming or scoping or ADSing in Aimlab. I definitely leave most of the settings off, including the aim assist setting, because it doesn't really help. It seems to lock onto the outside of the target rather than onto the target itself. So it just makes it impossibly difficult, and you get better practice without it anyways. As far as dead zones go, I always try to keep them as low as possible, whether in-game or in Aimlab, so that they are as low as possible. However, there are no axial dead zones in Aimlab, so just take that into account when considering what to put your center dead zone at. My favorites list is small. I think they limit how much you can put on, so it'll kick things off when you put new things on, but I focus on tracking because that's the most difficult for controller players on an analog stick, as well as the more difficult shooting exercises. I definitely recommend things that aren't on this list, that anything that's going to challenge you or seems difficult, it'll become easier over time if you just do it frequently. When I practice daily, I won't move on from a specific exercise until the score improves. I don't necessarily do every exercise, but I try to do as many as I can when I'm doing it, basically until I get bored. In terms of the descriptions, speed tracking is going to be fast and a larger target. Sometimes it's too fast for the sensitivity on certain exercises, but for the most part it's good practice to prepare for moving on to either standard or precision. Standard is still pretty quick moving, but a slightly smaller target, and I would recommend doing either speed or standard to start, and then moving on to precision. It's a slower moving, it's a very small but slower moving target, but it's definitely easier than the other two, so I like to start with the more difficult. Ultimate is usually a mix of all three other descriptions. It'll have some that are small and fast moving, some that are large and slow moving, some that are large and fast moving, etc. In terms of shooting exercises, I like to do the ones that are more difficult and relate more to the fine adjustments that you're going to be doing in Halo games, rather than super fast moving flick shots. Definitely more of a precision game in terms of quick adjustments. Either way, I try to get a better score every time I do an exercise. Even if I'm not getting better scores, it's still a good warm-up for when I do play. I'll add some other warm-ups as well. This is an incredibly valuable resource that I think everyone should be using, if not to get better, to maintain the health of your body.